Yeah, I'm a little confused. Maybe that's how that because I looked that up. Like normal ranges by age and whatnot. Fuck, I don't know. I'm confused. Um, but regardless, I'm on the high end, which I do consider a feather in my cap, and I'm defending that. And like I said, I didn't ask for that. That's just how that worked. Um, but like I looked that up. It's like between the ages of 20 and like 30. It's like between like 100 and 500, and between the ages of 50 and 150 years old. I'm a millennial, so um, it's like between 100 and like 900, and it's like, well, mine was in the mid nines, so it's like, well, what's going on here? So maybe it becomes unlocked at that point. I'm confused as hell. But anyway, because I was of the understanding that I had high testosterone levels, which I will flaunt as a feather in my cap, even though I didn't ask for it. I didn't work for it. It's just it is what it is. But like I said, the nurse, was like, actually, that's pretty high. It's like, well, as far as my understanding, you should have said that's high, not pretty high. But this is the same broad who was chuckling as I was saying, okay, so this is what I got to do, right? All right, gotcha. And then, said, be good, so maybe she's just, adding her own little, actually, that's pretty high, when really she's like, oh my God, you stallion. So, whatever, right? Okay. All right. But I don't know. I guess that's all I got to say. 2 minutes in, I got to let this ride out to till 4 minutes. But I think I'll skip. I made another audio presentation talking about that. I'm just going to skip that, and I'm going to post this. So, but it is what it is. I'm desperately trying to hold on to the T level argument. You're damn right I am. You find out that you know what I mean? Because that's where I originally started, because I looked that up when she said that. She's like, your T levels are in the mid nines. So I looked that up. It's like, normal is, 2 or 300. I'm like, holy shit, I'm way up there, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'll hold that as a feather in my goddamn cap. So, and like I said, my body responds well. Give me 30 days, I'll give you 100 push ups, no rest. Just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then when I get to like 80, I'll be like 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. But I'll give you 100. You give me 30 days, I'll give you 100 push ups. So, me and my pathetic little world, who's clinging on to the testosterone argument, I'm thinking I got something here, right? Right? Come on, haters. Come on. Back me up, haters. Come on. Come on with your ass now. I want to make sure I'm legit. But anyway, so 4 minutes, this should post as a regular.